Now, before presenting you guys our app, I would first like to explain you and brief you about the concept of AR or augmented reality. Now, what augmented reality basically is that it is a technology which blends the real world with the digital technology that we have today using AR glasses or smartphones. Now, basically what it does that it overlays 3D objects onto your screen, so it is much more interactive and explainable. For example, if you want to explain the concept of the solar system to a child, it's not going to be easy. Like, the child is not going to understand that our Earth is surrounded by so many other planets. So basically, with the help of augmented reality is what we can do. We can create a 3D model, a miniature 3D model of the solar system, and then we can present it using an app on our devices and blending it with the real world. So basically what it does, it creates a 3D model that you can see and interact with on your screen. So it becomes a much better, much understandable, and frankly a much better way of learning. And it is much better than any standard way of learning that we have today. Now that you guys know what AR is, I'll be presenting you our app. So our app is completely based on the concept of AR. As I explained AR, I used an example of teaching a kid about the solar system using augmented reality. But our app instead uses augmented reality to teach elementary students about moral skills like empathy or how to be responsible and kind. So now all we need to do is turn on our app, which is named Moral Lens. Now, and as it is an app for teaching students, we need to log in using the teacher's ID. Now we need to select the moral skill that we need to learn. Now we have 5 moral skills right now, in which we can choose any of our moral skill that we need to learn. So now basically what we need to do is select any one of our moral skill that we need to learn. So we have 5 moral skills right now. So let's select honesty. Now we have 2 options now. One is a video illustration and one is object. The object is basically a 3D model of what we need to learn to have more interaction with the topic. So first let's select video, and then after we'll do objects. Now as we select video, our camera turns on. So our camera basically turns on so we can select the trigger image. So the respective trigger image for honesty is this one. So if we take this and then we scan our trigger image.
Being honest about mistakes is the path to
Yeah, you can basically see that the object floats right in front of the image, our trigger image, which is basically works like a QR code. So the illustration is basically laid on top of the QR code, and it is overlaid in the real world using our app. You can see as we select it once more, let's look at it once again. Sorry, that's the wrong one, honesty. You can see as we select it again,
being honest about
it has
mistakes
physical
is the path.
properties. You can see that it has actual physical properties. So if you like take it away, we can move it around,
Honest about
we can put it on the
mistakes
side,
is
you
the
can even
path.
just take it away, and the trigger image and the illustration will stay
Being
there.
honest about
You can
mistakes
see
is
if you
the
put it
path.
over here, we can see it from every single angle. Now we can also select the object illustration. So let's select the object illustration right now. Let's click on object and look at that. We basically get an illustration of the object. So basically the object is a 3D model, and as it's illustrating kindness, you can see that a grandmother is getting help for crossing the road. So basically that's what our app does. Now this is just the beginning of the concept of our app and augmented reality as a whole. As for example, our app and AR can be used in rural areas where the schools don't have a lot of equipment. Like if you want to conduct a chemistry exam, how would you do it? You would need a lot of equipment like beakers and chemicals to do those experiments. Now in the future, our app can be used to conduct those experiments. Like you can say if there's beakers and all those equipments needed to conduct the experiment, we can alter our app. We can make 3D objects of those equipments that we require and use our app to conduct the experiment, which the student can actually interact with. Like if we need to mix 2 chemicals up, the students can use their hands and look into the screen and take those two beakers and then pour the solutions together. And you would learn as much as you would in a real practical or experiment and get almost the same experience. Thank you.